Hello, guys, and welcome to the first study session of today, and also a short update on what I've covered so far. So I have about more or less a week ago, I think 6 days, introduced the new letter A. Uh, okay, let me start over. So a week ago, I've started with N, right? So lesson 6 of Koch Method. And it was going very smoothly. I was getting very high percentages of correct answers, correct letters type right off the bat. So I thought, okay, one day later, mm, let's try with another letter. And it was A. And A is sort of the opposite of N, right? N is daddy, and then A is dida. Then I very quickly realized that I was getting everything wrong. So uh, A was also a part of the daddy of R, and then daddy da, right? The latter part of K, and then also the latter part of U, didi da, and so I was sort of confusing, and then also it sounded a bit like N, right? Because it's opposite, and a bit like M because it also has like two sounds to it, like right? So I was suddenly confusing everything with everything. So I've made a few practice sessions with, custom letters. First with and A, then N with A and R. Then I've added K to the mix, and also after that U. And this is what I've been practicing my custom study sessions for the past week every day, 3 times a day. So K, U, R, N, and A. And now I initially I had to focus very much on whether the sound I'm hearing right now is A or some other sound, some other letter. And that was also making things much harder because instead of focusing on the character, on the letter that I'm actually hearing right now, I was waiting for A to come, and which was distracting me from actually typing the correct character that is being sent right now. So with time, it did get better, and actually at this point, I've been scoring uh, almost 100% for the past few lessons. I believe lessons. I believe it was actually, yeah. You see, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, and then 99.6. So one mistake. Not bad. And all the time I'm doing right, custom study session 5 minutes, and then every lesson also 5 minute long, with the speed of 24 character speed, and then Farnsworth spacing of 10. Um, it's snowing right now, and it seems really pretty outside. Grey with little specks of white. Right. So what I've done to actually bring me up to speed with this with lesson 7, um, which I initially was completely missing. I was completely confusing A with everything else, and I thought to myself, okay, I mean, this is it. Uh, I'm just, I thought again that okay, I'm deaf. I'm not gonna make it, right? So the usual demotivation inner speak, but what I've done is I've maintaining the character speed because this is um, these are the character or letter sounds that my ear is accustomed to hearing. I've just lowered the Farnsworth spacing down to 6 on day 1 of lesson 7, and then went higher from that. Since I got 100% to 7, 8, 9 the same day, and then also the same day, apparently, back to 10 with 96%. And I realized that it's not going that bad. I wasn't scoring about 95% as I usually did with my previous lessons, but nonetheless, above 90%, which is good enough. And so I continued from there on, and with lesson 7 every day, 3 times a day, more or less. But actually, on they on the first day of lesson 7, which was the 29th of December 2024, I've done 20 practice sessions, and these weren't like 1 minute long. All these were 5 minute long study sessions. Why? Um, and it did help immensely, right? So I've done about 8 or 10 like classic lessons uh, under this link, right? And then more custom study sessions here. 27th, 28th, 29th, was it? Yeah, yeah. Here we go. You see, 29th, from here all the way up here. There's some 12, I think 12. And I did see a huge improvement in, my scores. So referring again to what I've said before, that what I've read is that 15 minutes a day is totally enough. I still think that the more time you spend on it, the quicker you get better. And I actually managed to find a user here, um, a Chinese ham, uh, Bravo Golf 1, Quebec Golf Delta, who's been also started on, like, not long ago, on the 4th of, on the 8th of October, right, 2024. He's on lesson 27, so really good in, like, 2.5 months. No, it's not 2.5 months, it's 3 months. Well, maybe I'll be more or less on the same level after 3 months. And his, I don't know how long his sessions are, right? He could be doing 1 minute sessions, and then, reaching 24 a day wouldn't really be that much of a stretch. But he's also done like 58 in one day, which is impressive, and has gotten, he's clearly very consistent, and has gotten clearly very far in his practice. So I think that actually doing more, if you can afford it, with your schedule, will give you the benefit of, you know, quicker progress. So yeah, that's what I've been doing for the past 6 days, and I think actually today is the day 6, right? Yes, we start on 29th, and then today is the day 6 of practice. I do believe I will be, because I was under the impression that, I'm maybe progressing quicker than I thought I was gonna, right? Because initially I said that I'm gonna do one lesson per week. And then I thought, okay, I mean, I'm getting this stuff way quicker. My brain must be getting used to listening to CW, much better than I initially assumed. So, I'll just move to another lessons quicker and quicker after one day with N, for example, right? So I think I've spent actually one day on N. Let's check if that's actually true. Lesson 6, 6. See, like 8 practice sessions, 2 days. Okay, with 8 practice sessions. That's not a lot. And actually, with A and N, because it's also contained in lesson 7, right? As all previous characters, I've done 23 attempts, and with lesson 6, 8 attempts, right? So it shows that I've spent on A as many attempts as on K and R. Yeah. So right. So lessons 2 and 3. And yeah, there's a good reason for it, because I have moved on too quickly, I believe. Or maybe I've just stumbled upon a letter that just, I just keep confusing with everything else. It could also be, the potential reason. But fact also remaining that I've moved on from lesson 6, like, immediately, right? So quick 4 practice sessions, and I'm off to the next lesson. And that was, I think, a clear mistake. So I spent much longer time with A. It could be that I'll also be, I'm not, setting these rules in stone. It could be that I will be moving quicker at a quicker pace in the future if, I keep getting high percentage of correct answers in the coming lessons. We'll just have to wait and see. So it could be that it's not the fact that I've moved too quickly. It's just that A is confusing as hell, right? It's similar to the majority of the characters that I've learned so far. Yeah. So with that being said, let's do a quick 10-minute practice session with a custom code group um, comprised of A, R, U, K, and M and N, and then we'll move to the standard lesson. I still sometimes confuse A with stuff. I catch myself still waiting for it, right? So checking my brain, did right? So reminding myself what the character that I'm struggling with is, uh, and because of that, confusing the coming character. I'm doing my best not to do it, but then I do notice my mind doing it automatically, which is very suboptimal. So, I'm fighting with it, and the more I practice, the more my ear gets used to hearing A and recognizing it, my sort of auditory cortex, and it's getting better with time. So yeah, let's see how it goes this morning. There's nothing better in the world than starting to confuse the two letters I've just bragged about that I've stopped confusing. So I was clearly confusing A and N here a lot, which I'm not proud about, but there are a few reasons for that. It's still early morning. I'm still fairly sleepy. Haven't really eaten anything yet, and haven't drank coffee or anything. Just water with some salt in it and some creatine. Um, yeah, it is what it is, right? I believe though that the symptoms are. It could be that I'm also getting high percentages of the usual Koch method um, material because before every single actual Koch lesson, I'm doing a custom study practice session with these characters. So I'm sort of warming up, right, for 5 minutes, and then, already warmed up, I'm walking into the actual lesson. Um, I believe I will stop doing that for the few coming days and see what the actual percentage of correct answers that I'm getting really is. Right, let's check the results. Hey, 2 errors. Okay, so I haven't confused it once, really. It just felt confusing. That's what it must have been. Well, it is what it is, right? Um, Not bad. In fact, not bad. Not bad. Not half bad. Yeah, see what percentages I'm getting with. But I believe they were lower than 100% for the past few days. Starting from 29th. Yeah, 22, you see. Here's much better, much better, much better. All were really okay. Every single one, starting from here, were above 95. And even, okay, well, yeah, and even apart from this one and this one, all were above 90, 95. All were above 90, 93%. Not bad then, not bad. But still, what I'm aiming for is 95, and actually I've been getting above 95 every single time. So not all that bad, right? Let's do an actual lesson now, lesson 7, with which I'll stay for at least today and tomorrow. We'll see if how I feel about it. But what I believe will keep happening is what was the case with K and R right at the very start, is that I kept confusing them for a very long time, and I had to practice them separately for a very long time, for I think better part of the first month. Yeah, yeah. Let's give it a try and see how it goes. believe I did actually confuse A and N more than once, and also other characters. I got lost, and I got, I lost my focus a few times. Right, let's check the result. Okay, 6 errors. Still, a very good result, but nonetheless, pretty far from 100%. But still way above 95, so I say it's good enough. But I could feel myself struggling, right? In other words, I struggled with and A, and then they were getting in the way, right? Because N and A are both sort of part of K, part of R. A is part of U. So all those characters, my brain doesn't discern them as well as I hope it eventually will, right? And sometimes I'm even still confusing R and K, although despite the fact that I've spent so much time on them already. So I believe, as I've already gotten used to um, messing things up all the time, especially with the introduction of any new character, I believe that this trend will inevitably continue into the future. Yeah. That being said, thank you for your attention. Listening to my rambling, in this pretty long video. Uh, and yeah, keep at it. If you're also a person practicing CW. Thank you for your attention again, and I see you next time. 73.